Hi everyone, how are you? So welcome to this YouTube. This is probably going to be the shortest one of all because the interior designer for this one was pushing a baby by the time we were working on this space, so we didn't have any prior footage, but you will see some. I think there was some videos that we did, so you'll see a bit of it. What you've done with this space, first of all, thank you.
Thank you.
Do you want to share what you found vis-a-vis what I wanted, vis-a-vis what you did with the space?
Okay. So originally Manuela had a whole different set. I think they'll be able to share a few photos of what that looked like before. Manuela wanted something extremely elegant, something totally different. And I remember we moved to so many people, we looked at so many different sets. She wanted marble. Oh, you guys. And we went marble shopping.
Oh my God,
and marble looking. It was crazy. It was crazy. And there was a lot of
dust
marble.
at some point. You remember
And then
the guy I
at some
got,
point,
who I insisted on. Let me tell you something, friends. When you're working with a designer, let me let them do their work, because I tried to do some of her work and it beat me. So I encourage us to kindly work with your designer, with their people, because she was so kind, she was so sweet to me. She was like, okay, if you want to use that person, fine. Anyway, they robbed me. They finished my money. Robbed me. I called her, I'm crying, I'm in tears. She's like, it's okay, it's fine. You see how sweet she is. Knowing I've lost money. Anyway, that's it. Back to you.
So I think, and then finally we had a budget that we're working with, and then we had to come up with a space that Manuela liked, but then also a space that was going to fit within our budget.
Within the very small budget.
I didn't put those words.
You didn't put them, eh? But yeah, but it's the truth.
So our budget was limited and we could only get a few items at first. But then when you're able to look for different pieces and work with different people, you're able to fit within a fixed budget. And I think that is what really worked for us this time around.
Yes, we did. And I absolutely loved that we were able to pull this off. I love this space. I love that we can sit down and enjoy it. However, unfortunately, I'm the last person she's designed a space for. Yeah, cry. Cry in the comment section. Cry. And it's such a privilege.
Thank you.
But I've been able to be a part of her journey. And Edis now, Edis Styles will be actually changing to something called Dear Maama. And Dear Maama is a space where moms come to talk all things motherhood. Yeah, would you like to share? New moms. Okay, yes, new moms.
So apart from loving designing spaces and putting different pieces together, I think when I was pregnant, being married and getting pregnant when you least expect it or when you're least ready for it, I think for me that put me in a hard place. And then it also made me realize that, hey, I'm not alone. I keep seeing the comments of various women and how they feel and how the symptoms have been the first trimester, the second, the third. And there's a lot to talk about, but most times we can't really relate. People make it look like it's the most beautiful journey, but then it has good days and bad days. And unfortunately for some, there are more bad days. Or maybe usually the bad days hit harder. It's like how you can have a comment section of just really good comments and one bad comment always takes you off. And that's what a bad day looks like. Even when you have loads of good days, just one bad day can take off the whole time. Just recently I was looking at a meme. Maybe it was a meme, maybe it was a post, I can't remember exactly, where mom was sharing that for her motherhood is she's sleep deprived,
She doesn't remember like how many, you know how you keep track, I bathe twice a day. Now she doesn't know how many times she bathes in a week.
Yeah.
The child is sick. She feels sick. Her skin has changed. Her body has changed. She feels like everyone needs her time at the same time. She feels touched out. She feels distressed. She feels all those many emotions, but and yet also feels fulfilled.
Exactly.
She has a beautiful baby. She feels happy for the place that she's in. And so I feel like motherhood is the one place where you have a mixture of two emotions at exactly the same time. And I think what you'll do is amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
I've had the opportunity to talk to her, with her through this journey. And she's raw. She'll be sharing raw experiences of what she's going through. And I think what's really beautiful about this is you're still going through it.
I'm still going through it.
It's not like us who finished. Children are 10 years. We don't even remember.
We're just starting.
Yeah.
We're just starting. Do you even know how to change a diaper?
Please. In our times there were diapers. I promise you there were diapers. I know how to change diapers.
You could have forgotten.
I can't forget. But I can't forget those diapers. But that said, I feel that one of the things that really helped me like on my motherhood journey was to have somebody to talk to and share an experience with. And so Dear Mama will be a podcast, a video podcast.
Yes.
Yeah. So you'll be able to watch it on YouTube, but also you'll be able to find it on almost every streamlining platform.
Yes.
Spotify's of this world. Please look forward to Dear Mama, and please support our girl, and maybe hopefully if we talk to her in the comment section you never know, she can start to tell us how to do these things with our homes and with our children. Because I remember one of the things that you talked about while we were working through this project was like when we wanted to do the art piece, you were saying maybe we can do something that you can do with the children, like make an art piece with the children. But it just so happened that now the kids were at school, it just didn't happen. But I can imagine if through a platform like Dear Mama, moms can be able to do activities with their children.
Yes.
Yeah,
so that is what is going to happen. I think with Dear Mama, I'll be able to not only share my story, but also hear the stories of other mothers. And then most importantly, we'll be able to share solutions with one another, because at the end of the day, this journey, it's a roller coaster. You just need someone to tell you, oh, this is not working. Maybe you can try this. Maybe you can try the other.
Or it worked for me or didn't work for me.
Yeah, it worked for me, it didn't work for me. But then also just the listening ear that one is able to get, because most times all we need to do is just have someone to really listen when we're saying, oh, it's hard, and yet in the middle of the oh, it's hard, you're having a smile like, I wouldn't trade it for any other thing, which makes most people, are you sure of what you're saying? Where do you fall exactly? Which is exactly what motherhood, I think, for me has been and is being right now.
For many of us, actually. Mix of all emotions. Okay, so I'm going to allow Edis to tell us exactly what she did with the chairs, with the table.
Okay.
And then, we will be done with this video.
So originally, being that Manuela wanted to have, she wanted a really modern space, but then our budget couldn't really fit some of the items that we really wanted. For example, the marble table. We wanted metallic bases for the chairs that had rims that were gold, and then we weren't able to get all that to fit within our budget. However, what we did, we had the original chairs upholstered, and once we did that, we covered the back of the chairs, and we had the whole chair upholstered to something totally different. So as you can see, this is what our chair looks like right now. And then for the table, we had the table sanded down. So we removed the original paint, which was black. Manuela's table originally was black. So we had that sanded down. We did a few coats of we did the finishing touches on the table, and then we added a glass. So we did the glass is 8 mm, so that we had extra thickness to allow durability. The thing with glass is that forks, you're using this on the dining, so we're having forks and spoons at the dining table, and when you have heavy cutlery, sometimes it could cause cracks in your glass. So what we did, we had a really heavy glass put for us at the table. And then, of course, we had to put it together, all together with a rag. And then we wanted a few accents of gold in the rag, a few accents of cream, but then the brown to pull it all together because of what our chairs look like. So that is what we did with the rag. And then for the painting, we did a DIY painting. So it is really lovely how it has turned out. It's more than what we expected for it to turn out looking like, but it's really, really lovely. And then finally, to set it up all, a perfect space needs perfect lighting. So we went and looked for a light that would not only bring together our aesthetic, but it would also fit what we are doing. It would fit the gold, it would fit the black, it would fit within everything. And that is why our light looks just the way it does. We have the lights that bring out the shine of our painting. And then, of course, the black. The black goes with what Manuela loves. Manuela is black, white, gold. So when you look at it all together, it just really goes back to what Manuela really loves, creating a space that, 1, she loves, 2, we love, but then 3, and the most important of all, a space that's really functional as well as comfortable for her and her family. Thank you.